Welcome to Productive Joy with Dr. Christy, where fun meets action.
Hi, friends. Welcome to Productive Joy. I had such a fabulous guest this week, somebody who really is a game changer. Her name is Erin Geer, and she is a mom. She is a wife. She is a wonderful employee who is changing the face of grocery stores, and in addition to just being awesome, and a triathlete. And she's doing all of that with infants and with a husband that she wants to spend time with and a life. And I'm saying all of that because you really can do it all. You just have to figure out how to juggle, right? So Kelsey Stevens taught us that there are glass balls and rubber balls, and we need to be thoughtful about not dropping the glass balls. Erin took it a step further and said, you do have to juggle all of these things, but you just have to learn to be intentional with your prioritization. That's the difference, right? If you can be intentional with what you're prioritizing, then you can sit in the floor and play with your 3-year-old instead of feeling like you have to do the dishes. It's pretty sound advice, right? Pretty solid for sure. And something else that Erin has done is started something called Parents of Pepsi. She works for Pepsi. And what is cool to me is that she saw a need and filled a need. So you guys familiar with the movie Robots? That shows how old I am. But in the movie Robots, Rodney Copperbottom went from, if you see a need, we got to fill a need. And so that's what she did. She saw a need for parents who needed a space to talk about, okay, I'm a full-time employee and a full-time mom or dad, and I need to figure out how to do both. And so she created this. It's now 200 people strong and moving to other regions of the organization. It's powerful. And you know what? You can do something similar. It might not be about being a parent. It might be that you want to talk about parenting your parent, or maybe you want to talk about gaming or, whatever. Just recognizing that you can find your people and you can make a space for your people. That's what productive joy is to me, is a space to find my people, a place for me to create a community where you can learn from others and you can grow and you can become the best version of yourself because you are exceptional. So exceptional, in fact, that you're the only one, right? Like you're like Tigger. What the wonderful thing about Tiggers is that I'm the only one. You are a Tigger. And you are so special and so unique and so cool. And so I'm going to shift gears a little and talk about personalities because I think it's important. I have mentioned probably 4 different personality tests on this podcast, and I want to talk through those with you so that you can feel like you understand and know what I mean when I say in the Enneagram or the Clifton Strengths Finder or what any of those. So the one I want to start with is my personal favorite, because it doesn't require a test. So this one is, are you a paperclip, a magnifying glass, a teddy bear, or a Slinky? And this one actually can be tied to your neurosignatures. So believe it or not, you have hormones that are going off in your brain all the time, and some of them are more dominant than others in your particular brain. So if you are a paperclip, you are super organized, you hold things together, you like things to be in order, you probably have a color-coded sock drawer, right? So as a paperclip, you are also serotonin. That is the hormone that you release in your brain. You are very structured in how you think. Magnifying glasses are testosterone. They are very honed in and focused on the detail. And when they hone in and focus on those details, they tend to be very task-oriented and get things done. Then you have your teddy bears. Your teddy bears are estrogen-driven, and those teddy bears are concerned with how you feel. So you're the one that's making sure that everybody is comfortable and has what they need and is safe, healthy. And so those teddy bears are estrogen. And then last but not least, you have your Slinkies. Your Slinkies are fun, right? A Slinky is fun. But a Slinky's job is to think big picture and think outside the box and come up with new ideas. They're your dopamine releasers. And so if you know anything about dopamine, it can be wonderful and it can also be exhausting. So you need to think about what you are. So think for a second, which one are you? I know you will not be shocked to learn that I am a Slinky with teddy bear tendencies. So I am going to be fun and wide open and really think things through and think big picture, but I'm also going to make sure you're on the journey with me and I'm not just forcing you into it. So that's one example of a personality test. You also have the Enneagram. The Enneagram is amazing. This has been a game changer for me. There are 9 different types Each type is something that once you've discovered it, then you can figure out what your core fears and your core desires are and what drives you, what makes you who you are. I'm an Enneagram 7. That means that I am an enthusiastic optimist. Again, shocker. And this is called Productive Joy. Hi. But I really like to find adventure, and I don't, boredom is my biggest fear, and I don't like to be stuck in a box. Problem with sevens is that we also don't live in our feelings very well, right? So I don't know what number you are, but this is a great, easy test that you can take. Actually, Truity, Truity, is a free place that you can take that particular test and find out what you are. Another one that is pretty fantastic, of course, Myers-Briggs, the 16 different personalities. That's an excellent one. I can't ever remember. I'm an ENFJ. No, yes. ENFTA, I think. Again, extrovert, 100%, shocker. But that's one that takes you through the workplace and what you can do in the workplace. And then the last one that I've mentioned for you all is the Clifton StrengthsFinder. And what I love about this one is there are 32 or 36 different personality types that they have, and they narrow it down to your top 5. So my top 5, I'm looking at them, are communication, positivity, strategic, woo, and futuristic. Woo, by the way, means winning others over. Y'all, that described me so well that in those descriptions, believe it or not, it said these 2 things. Now, I've written 2 books. One of the books' names is Learning Can Stick, and the other one is Make Work Fun So People Don't Quit. Yeah, legitimately, in the description, it said, you like to make work fun. I'm like, okay. And then on the next page, it said, and you really think it's important that when you're learning something new, it stick. What? So there are so many personality tests out there. Those are a few. And again, Truity, you can do the Enneagram, the Myers-Briggs, and the Clifton StrengthsFinder. I recommend you try one. Pick one. Because if you know yourself, then you can know others a little bit better. And I think that's what Erin was really teaching us, is to know yourself, know what you're capable of, and then decide and prioritize what you're going to get done in that particular day. And then let somebody else, she used the word outsource, let somebody else do the things that you're not as good at or that you don't want to spend your time doing. So that's your nugget of wisdom, or 2 or 6 today. And I really hope that you'll take a minute to think about, what is it that I want to take away from today that'll change my tomorrow? What can you intentionally do today that will shift your tomorrow? Okay, so last but not least, you know what I'm going to say. It's important that you follow this podcast, that you reach out to me and definitely ask questions, or at least just say, hey, I'd really like to hear this, or I have this friend. Please reach out. So learningcanstick@gmail.com. You can look at Productive Joy on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on TikTok, and just ask the question, please, because this is for you, not for me. And then last but not least, I hope that you find a way today to turn fun into action.